Beyond Help is intended for mature audiences. Well, physically mature, at least. Content warnings are listed in the description. Listener discretion is advised.
I work with vampires a lot on both sides of the interspecies cultural exchange. Sometimes I'm protecting some poor human who met the wrong person on Tinder. Other days I'm redirecting the supplies of blood banks to nightclubs. And something that I'm always thinking about are the very rare times when I've worked with vampire hunters. I've always said that vampire hunting is the best way to get turned into a vampire. Not that a human can't find a way to fight back if they're being creative, but going out and looking for trouble is just asking to get undead. Few rules in the movies work. Crosses and holy water are all PR, and garlic and sunlight are more like mild allergies than they are fatal curses. As for wooden stakes, well, I've lived over 1,000,000 years, and let me tell you this. I've never seen anyone get close enough to a vampire with a stake and a mallet to know if it actually works. Though I've definitely seen vampires no-sell a lot worse assaults than cardiac splinters. As far as I can tell, vampires have two viable weaknesses: fire or alcohol. A truly sanctified liquid. It has to be some really hot flames or really strong booze for it to matter. The best way to protect yourself from a vampire is to be so drunk that they have no interest in drinking you, and that's what I tell every human that needs to hear it. That's not really a great physical state to be in if you're out hunting the unliving terrors of the night. As hopeless a mission as vampire hunting should be, though, I've seen seeds grow in the most barren of deserts. I've heard some stories of vampire hunters who have beaten the odds and managed to capture their quarry. I'm sure most of them are just that, stories, but they are damn good ones. Their legends so compelling and so intense that you want to believe them, or else they can only exist in your wildest nightmares. Through the years, there have been whispers of a hunter who spells certain doom for any vampire unfortunate enough to get in her way. As sure as the rising of the sun extinguishes the darkness of night, she is sure to destroy everything in her path. With a sword of flame, she cuts vampires into nothing but spark and ash. And should you survive, she's followed by a cloud of liquor, a fog of pure alcohol that eats away whatever may be left. If you're a vampire and you see her shadow standing at the end of the hall, you may as well bury yourself where you stand. She's as certain as the daylight. Beyond Help, Episode 1. Me here, at last, on the ground.
Seriously, Sinclair? All that build-up, all that pressure, the 1,000-yard stare in your voice, and your big reveal is the daylight? You would have been better off saying the boogeyman, or Santa Claus.
Ooh, or Jimmy Savile.
No, that actually would have been scary.
Santa is very real in this reality, I'll have you know. As for the daylight, well, I can only go by what I've heard. And when the noble lords and ladies of the highborn families hear the words, the daylight, I see their spines shake like an uncreative simile.
She could be a vampire. Maybe she's just really bitter about getting turned.
Ooh, I like that headcanon. I'd watch that miniseries.
If she exists. I bet she's a changeling or a werewolf. All the fire, sword, and booze cloud bullshit is just good PR, like the churches with their holy water.
Oh no. I know for sure that if the daylight is real, then she's definitely human. And in the prime of her life.
Oh well, you should know. You are God, after all.
Hey. I only ever told you that I'm a god. You're the one who keeps hitting shift on that key. I don't have nearly the ego for that proper noun nonsense.
You don't?
Sinclair, in the 2 months that you've been coming to this bar, I've figured out ego is the one thing you have plenty of.
What? Annie, you wound me. I'll have you know that I'm a changed Sinclair, a humble, a contrite, a truly, sincerely, deeply affectionate Sinclair, who wants nothing more than to help.
My bad, Sinclair. Clearly you have no self-esteem at all.
You have no idea.
Whoa, hey, careful with that thing. Most of us aren't safe around alcohol, you know.
Oh, calm down, Bertrand. I don't plan on spilling any of this. I'm not a fan of blood-packed cocktails, so this is far too precious to waste on burning one of you.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna go to the bar and grab another syphilis. Russell, Bertram, you want anything?
Ooh, I'll take, Hep B. Russ, you want another malaria?
No, I think you're on the right track for me. I think I'll have a Hep C, though.
Ooh, good choice. Lyle, you want anything? I bet you'd really enjoy the Lepto.
Bertrand, please. He looks much more like a West Nile person.
You know, now that you mention it.
They're joking, sweetie. I'll get you another lemonade.
Thanks, Annie.
No lie. This should be cool. Roscoe? Rita? Oh my god, how are you?
Alright, since we've got some time to ourselves, I think we could go for a little gossip,
About Annie? 1, that's weird. 2, there's no line. She'll be back in like a minute.
Lyle, dear, please. Annie couldn't get a drink at home without going to check on her neighbor first.
Can't help snooping into everybody's business and getting involved where she doesn't belong. I knew there was a reason she was my favorite of you lot.
I'd say we have at least 15 minutes. Well, 30, if she meets a stranger. And besides, we would never gossip about our lovely Annette. No. We wish to gossip about the both of you.
So, sweetie, when is our dear Annette going to take a nibble out of that neck of yours,
What? No, we haven't talked about anything like that at all. I'm not sure if it's something we'd even do.
Lyle, you two have been dating for a year now. Are you afraid of commitment?
No, it's nothing like that. I just don't know if it makes sense to turn me into a vampire. I've got my job, my apartment, my own peculiar sleeping habits, so it might just make sense for us to just keep doing what we've been doing.
Lyle, you sweet, innocent moron. You're going to have to let her turn you at some point. Relationships between vampires and humans never work until the human part changes. Believe me, I've seen it.
Wow. I didn't know they made those out of ivory. Anyway, I have got to get to the bar before there is a line. It was great seeing you. Enjoy your dinner. Alright, it was Hep B, Pepsi, lemonade. Or was it Pepsi, Hep B, lemonade? Wait, what was I getting? Oh, hey, Fortunato! I thought you were off tonight.
Oh, hey, Annie. Yeah, Herman just got a doctor's note that he's not allowed out during full moons for a few months. Joe has to wait for his new carapace to grow in. And Sin Damien took his birthday off. He's like 1,000 or so. You figured he would have lost count. But you know.
Well, you know us vampires. We love keeping track of numbers.
Yeah, see, my kin don't celebrate birthdays. Do you know how confusing it would be if we did? Your average Phoenix person dies 5 to 6 times every century. Let me ask you, where would I count my birthdays from? When I was first hatched? Or do I have to start over every time I come back to life? I'm on like round 3 now. I can never keep track of when the first one started.
I imagine that's rough. I wouldn't know though. I'm only 30.
Wait, but you're a vampire.
It runs in the family. Some of us just wake up one night and, well, time to start drinking blood.
Damn. Oh, my puberty was tough.
Hey, I only had to go through it once. You're the one in the hard spot. Over at that table over there on her own. I haven't seen her before.
She says she just found the place. Hasn't ordered anything yet. Probably going to have to kick her out if she takes any longer.
Oh, give her a bit longer. Dressed in that interesting costume, she must be waiting for someone. It must be game night, and she's just early.
Alright, I'll give her a little longer, but only because you asked. She's not nice. Oh, I gotta take this order.
Watch out!
Oh, what is it? Whack!
There was a cup under your foot. You could have gone tumbling off.
Oh Lord. Good catch. Good catch. It's for your table, and I'd rather not lose their food. The puppet-looking guy freaks me out.
Sinclair's weird, but he's alright. He's a bit of a Malkovich about customer service. Yeah, you better go take that over.
Thanks again, Annie.
No problem. Wait, before you go, I know it's been a while, but you haven't had any problems with...
Oh, no. Thank you. They know to leave me alone now.
Good. Let me know if anything changes, alright?
Ominous, but okay. I've gotta go take this food now.
Syphilis! Right. I'm going to get syphilis. Hep B, Hep C, lemonade, syphilis. Hep B, Hep C, lemonade, syphilis.
And here we are. Boneless buffalo chicken and potato skins, sir?
Fortunato! Wow, you never get our table anymore. Someone must be sick or dead.
Sinclair, don't be rude to the bird.
He'll start molting again.
Oh, he'll get a generous tip.
You don't have to refer to me in the third person.
He'll get a generous tip if he's not a smartass. And gets another order of wings and skins over soon.
He'll be back with that in a while.
Now, returning to my regularly scheduled bitching. Alright, you two, stop putting ideas in the poor kid's head. Lyle, you don't have to change yourself for anyone but yourself. You should only become a vampire if you think you'll be happier that way. And Annie loves you, so she understands that. Don't let these two idiots or anyone else decide that for you.
Oh, do we finally know your area of expertise? Are you the god of relationship advice?
I'm the god of a lot of things.
Okay, well, I get that. But Zeus is the god of lightning, right? Maybe he was the god of iffy consent and child abandonment on the side, but his primary job was lightning bolts. So, logically, you have to have a main thing too.
I can't help it that you have such rigid religious views. It's much more complicated than that.
Well, yes, that or you're just bullshitting us.
Ooh,
I think it's that one.
watch the points on those remarks.
Oh, come on, Sinclair. You've gotta admit you're a pretty suspect character. You've been coming to this place every day for 2 months. You order a bottomless helping of buffalo chicken and potato skins. And you've only ever left when you need to refill your flask. Then, sure as clockwork, you're here again the next night with more plates of chicken and potato skins. The most godlike thing about you is how much food you manage to eat without moving your mouth.
I mean, clearly you're not human, you don't have the limbs, yet somehow I've seen you play that Galaxian machine up front like a symphony organ. You don't have to say you're a god just to impress us.
Wait a minute. Are you doubting my divinity?
Look, all we're saying is that it's not very godly to bum around suburban vampire taverns while looking like a Civil War ragdoll wearing a Sgt. Pepper jacket.
Don't forget about the fashionable gold ring on his hat, Russ.
Oh yes, the ring is very fetching. That could at least be a Greek god thing, though. Then again, it doesn't look very much like they do in the movies.
Don't talk about my ring. I'm sensitive about it.
Why? Is it code for something?
I can't believe what I'm hearing. Lyle, are you a part of this betrayal?
Yes, Lyle, are you with us?
I mean, it is a little weird that a god is just hanging out around Sanctuary. It's not a very exciting city. I can understand vampires and werewolves not having anywhere else to go, but a god can go wherever they want.
I happen to like living in Sanctuary, Michigan, thank you.
Why?
Okay, I like that it's close to Detroit.
Uh-huh.
Plus my apartment's nice.
There it is. But we've seen your apartment. It's not nice enough to balance with living here.
Maybe the rooms I've let you see. I happen to have my reasons for spending all my time here.
Okay. Well, spill.
I've been waiting.
Waiting. You've been waiting. Why would a god need to wait? Can't you just, I don't know, show up when whatever you're waiting for happens? Or, make it happen yourself?
Oh, unfortunately, how do I put this? I'm not exactly at full strength right now. So while I could normally just show up wherever and whenever I need to be, right now I have to take my time with things, be more involved in the process.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, normally I just refill this flask by thinking about it. Now if I try to summon some liquor, Bertrand drink that.
All right.
Bertrand, be careful.
It's Dr. Pibb.
Oh, God. Not you, Sinclair.
I try to make booze, and all I get is Mr. Pibb.
I said Dr. Pibb.
I feel like someone put a parental lock on me.
Not very all-powerful for a god, are you?
I told you, it's more complicated than that. Until my situation gets back to where it should be, I'm stuck waiting for time to pass like the rest of you rubes.
Thank you, and here is a $10 tip. I'm really glad they serve these things in bags. The stains are the worst to get out. This is like a handy juice pack. Alright, back to the, poor cosplay lady. All over there on her own.
More than just vampires here. Most of them should be easy enough to deal with, though I've never killed a phoenix. I wonder how many times I need to do that for it to stay dead.
Hey there! You doing okay?
I mean, you figure once would be enough, unless it wanted revenge later. God, that'd be fun to deal with. I wonder if it can fly.
You okay?
Hello?
Are you doing alright? I saw you were sitting here alone. Are your friends not showing?
No, I don't. I'm here alone.
What? There are better places to eat alone. I'm Annie. It's nice to meet you. I come here with my partner and a few of my friends and this wild guy who looks like a puppet designed by Tim Burton. He's pretty fun once you get past the constant smell of booze. But you wouldn't mind that, would you? You're human. That's so cool. I hope you're not expecting to drink, though. This place is mostly for vampires.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, most of the people here aren't excited to see liquor. But I'm sure with a bit of cajoling, my friend would share some of the stuff he sneaks in.
I don't drink. But it looks like you could use one, bloodsucker.
Are you okay?
Okay, fine, so you're waiting. What are you waiting for?
Alright, just remember you asked. One of the nice things about being a god is that I'm semi-omniscient. Got a general knowledge of when things are supposed to happen, when they're going to happen, and how much they're going to affect my insurance rate. I have foreseen a terrible event at this tavern, and I've been waiting for it to happen so I can take advantage of the aftermath.
It does sound like you.
A terrible event? What kind of terrible event? Sinclair, what haven't you been telling us?
Every vampire at this tavern is going to be brutally murdered. They're going to be slashed, shot, mangled, gored, and before they can heal, they'll burn to ash or sizzle down to their bones, ripped apart and beaten down as though they were standing in defiance of a hurricane. This place is destined to receive a visit from the daylight.
Oh yes, the daylight.
That's a good one, Sinclair. You were just winding us up. Telling that story about the daylight, then building it up just to freak us out, that was good. Well timed. Maybe a bit insensitive to the setting.
Yes. Kind of like telling a school shooting joke at a homecoming dance.
Yeah, but hey, we're no angels. We don't mind a bit of an edge on our jokes. You should have waited for Annie to come back. She would have loved that gag.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
Too much light!
How did someone get flashbangs?
Turn off your brights, I can't see the road!
Guys, we have to run!
Annie?
We need to...
A bright, fiery light burst through Annie's chest. The infernal steel slashed up through her skull, then split all the way out on its way down. Annie's remains quickly kindled and burst into ash.
Oh, fuck.
Annie! Annie, no!
No. You are not charging anything. You are not dying too.
Sinclair, what should we do?
I told you, Bertrand. Every vampire in this tavern gets brutally murdered.
Oh, what, so we just lay down and accept death? Of course, why didn't I think of that?
Well, you should get the hell out of the tavern.
Oh, that's real insightful advice. Only, small issue, it's too damn bright for any of us to find the exit.
Boom. Need help finding that one.
Did you do that with your fucking mind?
Some of my powers still work. Now get out of here. Take Lyle with you. I don't have time to deal with a fresh murder complex.
Okay, Russ, I need you to take Lyle and get out of here. Yes.
Fine. Okay. Don't you dare die.
I won't. I'll see you later.
Come on, Lyle.
Annie, I should have... No.
Okay. Everybody! Hey! Everyone! Quick! There's an exit over here!
crowd began to sprint over to their salvation as the flames burst across the tavern and ashes fell like snow to the ground. Survivors had to watch their step in the mad rush to be free, lest they trip over the bodies of their friends as they slowly shriveled away into painful nothingness, victims of potent alcohol exposure. Bertrand waved them on, watching until the last possible person could make it out alive, or undead, rather.
Bert, this is not what I told you to do. Leave.
In a minute! Everyone's almost out.
You don't leave, you're going to... Watch it! A bolt from a crossbow flew toward Bertrand, but a knife suddenly appeared and disrupted its path. The bolt dug itself into the wall, edging uncomfortably close to Bertrand's skull.
Bye!
I examined the bolt in the wall. Soaked in grain alcohol. Bert was lucky to not get hit with any splashback. And Annie... save Annie. Damn it. I liked Annie.
You let those monsters go.
Can you blame me? I don't want you getting vampire ash over my potato skins. Plus, I don't much care for watching my friends get blowed up.
You're friends with those things. God, disgusting. Who the hell are you supposed to be anyway?
Someone didn't do enough homework. Hello, I'm Sinclair. A million-year-old minor-level deity. A god. That's too big of a word for you. And I'm here to help you. But who I am isn't nearly as important as who you are. Now, let's see. A sword that's been rigged to a butane torch. Stupid, but effective. A thurible that reeks of cheap booze. All that blood orange mahogany you're wearing. Whew. Nice jacket. I didn't know they made bombers that long and brooding. And wow, that scarf covering your face like you're hiding some kind of alternate identity. You must be the daylight. I've been looking forward to meeting you. A bolt pierced right between my eyes and into the wall behind me. Rude.
No blood, but you do tear. Might take some work, but I can kill you, too.
Oh, now that is bold. You know, if I were healthier, I'd be a lot more interested in testing this hypothesis of yours, but, you know, as it stands, I'm not really at my full capabilities, and I'd rather pull out a revolver from her side and fire 3 shots that I barely avoided.
Those looked painful. Alright, let's just flip the map a little. In an instant, the tables of the tavern turned to their sides. I took behind one as a makeshift barrier. One that the daylight promptly shot a hole into.
Oh my gods. Oh Ra. Oh Helios. I'm gonna die. Again. Oh man. I just bought these clothes.
Hey, Fortunato, did you get out with the others?
Oh, they thought. You can help. You're like... a something, right? Something that can kill her?
Fortunato, buddy, you got no vision. You can't just kill people when their story's about to start.
You're insane, aren't you?
I'm the god of narrative structure.
Oh, you are insane!
Insane! And immortal! But not currently bulletproof.
What? Are you usually?
Yes!
Of course you're not when I need help.
Really don't want to get shot. That bolt hurt enough.
Why are you looking at me like that?
You get workers' comp, right?
I'm not spending all night looking for you, Ragdoll. I could just burn this place down and be done with it.
Hey, no, wait!
Well, that was a pretty cold thing to do.
No, it wasn't. Didn't you see the fire? Besides, he's a phoenix person. He'll be alive again in a few hours. Huh. I should get him something for his birthday. Now, I counted 6 bullets, and I don't see a second gun, so can we talk now? Sure could use some of that selective corporeality right now. Ow, 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 please, come on, please, ow, stop cutting me, please. She pulled the sword away and lit the gas torch that adorned it in flame. Mother!
Come on, put yourself back together. I know you're not dead yet.
Pouring myself out of a tablecloth, knocking dishes and silverware to the ground. Pain hurts. Been a while since I felt that. I think I'll continue to avoid it in future.
Well, it sounds like you don't have a choice. What the hell's wrong with you anyway?
Been having some legal trouble.
Never heard of legal trouble crippling someone, except maybe their credit scores.
And you do actually have some jokes. Wow! And here I was thinking this would be a boring job. She slashed at me again, but I avoided her this time. Aren't you at all curious what I'm doing here? I haven't been waiting here for my health, you know.
I don't really care. You're getting in the way of me killing vampires.
Girl, you need a hobby outside of work. She slashed at me again, but I continued to avoid her.
You can teleport behind me, in front of me, or under me. I'll cut you again eventually. Wonder how many times you can put yourself back together.
She swung her sword at me a few more times, knives flew through the air, and knocked the weapon out of her hand. God, it's conveniently appearing knives at your sir. She hit me with a thurible! Folks at home, that's one of those things priests use to spread incense. Just trust me, that one was heavy.
God, stop whining. God, you're annoying.
I'm very annoying. Do you want to talk about annoying? Knives swung incessantly at the daylight as she worked desperately to block each path of the blade. Annoying is tracking someone down with more than half of your usual shortcuts compromised. Annoying is deciding to give up and waiting at a restaurant because one of your half-working abilities tells you that the murderer you're following is going to show up there soon, but then soon turns into 2 months. You know what's annoying? I'll tell you what's annoying. She held back a cry of sharp pain, which was soon replaced by a steely ache, then once again by sharpness, and again by the ache ad infinitum. Annoying is having both of your legs broken, then repaired, one after another, while trying to protect yourself from a barrage of knives.
If you can kill me this easily, then why are you toying with me?
A little more work, I think you can answer that question yourself. Come on, use that big old brain of yours.
You don't want to kill me.
Ding, ding, we have a winner. Now, if you promise to play nice and put that sword away, I'll stop flinging the knives at you, and we can have a conversation.
Stop flinging knives first.
After the number you did on my physical form.
If I put the sword away while you're still throwing knives, I'll end up looking like a goddamn pincushion.
Fine. Now meet me on the other half.
If you're palling around with vampires, then why don't you want to kill me?
Well, I'll be honest with you, Daylight. You're not exactly my idea of dream company. I could have some professional respect for you if you weren't such a raging bigot, but even then, you seem like the most self-serious dweeb I've ever met. And I've met Descartes, Plato, and Stamos.
Bigot! I kill monsters, not people.
Yeah, I've heard that more than once. But that's besides the point. Because I need you to come with me on a trip so we can put that prejudice of yours to some good use. I need you to come help me and some friends kill a vampire.
You don't need my help to kill a vampire. Even with whatever problem you're having, you're clearly strong enough to kill one on your own.
Fortunately, I can't touch her. Legal red tape, you understand. I can't be seen to get too involved. Very inside baseball kind of stuff. But I have a feeling that once I tell you who you'll be hunting, you won't be able to resist helping out.
Sorry, I can't see myself ever working with you.
You ever heard of Countess Sanguine Amanto?
You have my attention.
Beyond Help returns after this.
Welcome, I'm Bastet. I'll be running your operation. The project's official name is the Adventurers Research of Abnormal Civilian Experiences, or Project Aeroace for short, to investigate the unusual occurrences that have been happening everywhere recently. I've hired you all for your indisputable military prowess.
I'm gonna be honest, I think we should run.
Your academic expertise.
I don't know, I'm not a wizard in real life.
And your hands-on experiences.
Tentacles belong in the ocean!
I also lost all my food, so Delphi, in a few hours you might start looking really delicious.
Okay. Can everyone please roll for initiative?
Oh, I nearly cussed so hard.
Deck of Many Aces is an actual play podcast made by an all aromantic and asexual cast and crew. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, or wherever else you listen to podcasts, releasing every other Friday. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Deck of Many Aces.
And now, your return to Beyond Help.
You know, most vampires I've met have moved past the classical gothic vibe. You know, they just want to live their deaths peacefully. But there are still a swath of vampire nobles who view feudalist caste almost as their religion and believe it's their sole right to rule over both the natural and the super. Sanguine Amanto is a woman who thinks that domination over others is not only her right, but her obligation. The two of us had issues in the past, but even as I say that...
Tell me what you know about her.
I have a feeling that my past pales in comparison to the history others might have. Not as much as you, it seems. But my information is more relevant to the current matter. I take it that you two have met?
Sanguine Amanto deserves to be exterminated more than any of those other undead vermin put together.
Good graining. You know, I'm far from her biggest fan, but don't you think that's putting it a little strong? A lot of lousy people happen to be vampires, you know, and she's hardly the standard bearer.
Don't call them people. And she's a menace. I have to destroy her.
Look, this is clearly a personal thing, and I'm not gonna pry. Servo knows how it'll probably work its way out in its own time.
Get to the point or I'll hit you with a thurible again.
Be patient, I was getting to it. Sanguine is currently living at the Amanto Castle in Armagh, Zalneth's old place.
Armagh.
That's in Ireland.
I know where it is.
Well, there are some folks who are concerned about her moving in. Puts them in a mind of some old border issues. You know, they've got a few trained soldiers in their ranks, but they prefer for someone else to come in and do the hard part. And I thought, why not call over someone who would just love to do the job?
Take me to her. Now.
Good boy. See, that's where things get a little bit more difficult. See, I'd love to cut things short and just take you to Sanguine and watch the sparks fly, but that's where those legal troubles are flaring up again. I'm afraid we'll have to get to Ireland the long way.
Fine, buy us some plane tickets then.
Come on. You and I are both very much on the international no-fly list. We'll have to catch a private flight. Luckily, I know someone who might be able to help, but it's a bit of a drive, which means we'll have to get a car.
I suppose you want to go rent one then?
On my credit? No, I'm gonna have to call in a favor from another friend, but that means I'm gonna have to tell her about this mess you caused. Can you promise not to kill any vampires for a few hours?
Depends on how many vampires I see.
Humans. Got my phone out and made a call. Hey, Gail. Yeah, I know, but... Look, Gail, do you remember that thing I told you was gonna happen? That thing at the tavern? Within minutes, a fully armed and armored squad of troops seemingly appeared from nothing and surrounded the daylight and I with firearms held in our direction.
Sinclair, step away from her!
In front of them, the form of a middle-aged woman with wide-brimmed glasses became clear. Gail, come on, this is not why I called you.
Cleaning up your messes isn't my job. Seeing her locked away until she rots is. Making sure she doesn't kill any more vampires is.
Oh, I'd like to see you try.
Look, Gail, I'm gonna put Miss Brightside here to some good use. Have these tin soldiers back up and just let me deal with it.
Sinclair, you are not reliable enough to trust the lives of innocent people.
Innocent people? They're vampires. You're a vampire. You're parasites.
Drop that sword or they shoot. I doubt you could stop a bullet with that steel.
It stopped worse.
Well, holy cow. I didn't know I'd still be able to do that. Neat. Gail, how you doing? Seen anyone? Or is work too slammed again?
Sinclair, what's going on here? Why are you trying to recruit this terrorist? And what's with the new getup and that ring? Sinclair, is that ring?
Gail, I'm in it deep this time.
What happened?
When you're as old as I am, running into the past is like driving a bullet train into the face of a mountain. And the only way I can even start to fix things is by taking her off to play Elmer and Daffy with her old mutual frustration, Sanguine Amanto.
Does this have to do with her family?
What's important is that has to do with me. Now, I need you to let me take her with me. I promise that any vampire she kills will have had ample chance to kill her first. Also, I need a car.
You need a car? Why do you need a car? Why would I have to be the one to get you a car?
You saw the ring. My skills are all finicky right now, and everything I own is something I don't want to part with. I'd hate to see my Dragula blow up.
Are you expecting to be in an explosion?
It's always good to plan for these things, especially if I'm hauling on a plane to Ireland. I'd much rather drag some beat-up hunk of crap into this fight than something that's well-equipped and expensive.
I'm sorry, Sinclair, but I can't let you take her. I have to make sure she's locked away.
Gail, you can trust me with her.
I can't trust anyone with her, especially you.
Then trust me with me. I need her to get out of the mess I'm in, and that means I'm going to keep an eye on her the way you keep an eye on your timesheets.
Sinclair...
Gail, I will make sure that she's stopped. Once this is over, no matter how it ends, no matter how I have to do it, I will make sure that the daylight doesn't do anything like this again. You know I can at least do that.
The problem is that I know what else you could do.
Than that.
Stand down!
You too, Daylight. Let's all play nice.
So, Sinclair says that you two need a car.
Nice vintage on that dust.
Groovy posters. I love Barry Maguire, the Partridge Family, and the new Seekers.
This garage is like a time capsule of Art Garfunkel's America. And this car, oh boy. Oh boy. Well, I asked for a junker.
This is my 1967 Pontiac Tempest. I followed the Jefferson Airplane Tour in this car. All right, it was the monkeys. But they're very talented musicians.
I think Peter was the cute one.
How does it drive?
Peter?
The car.
Well, the drive shaft and the exhaust are dragging on the ground. The right mirror is hanging, the left mirror and the right window are cracked. The tires are bald and flat, the gas tank is leaking, the radiator has a golf ball-sized hole, and it runs on leaded gas. Oh yeah, and it's 32 years overdue for an oil change.
So it's, SOL?
Oh no, it just needs a few hours of care. Nothing I can't fix. Let me get this. Ahoy, hoy!
Ugh, finally. Sinclair, Lyle is missing.
What? I told you to take care of him!
He got away! We need your help finding him.
Russ, Bert, I'd love to help you guys, but I'm about to go on a road trip. Gotta go on a big adventure to take a vampire hunter to kill an undead heiress so I can get all of my problems fixed.
What did he just say?
A vampire hunter? I'm sorry, did you say vampire hunter? You didn't kill the daylight?
Look, I can't just dispose of her. I have to go through the whole project. Otherwise, it's gonna get really messy.
Oh, the situation's complicated, Bertrand.
Of course it is.
Then, can you do it after we find Lyle?
Look, I like you, him, and Bert plenty. But I can't put all of my problems aside just to help you calm a friend down right now. Annie dying was terrible. But Lyle will have to heal through it without me. I'm sure he'll turn up on his own time by tomorrow.
Turn up in his own time? Sinclair, Lyle is some sort of ex-military or something.
We didn't get the details.
Ow.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh.
Yeah, I can see how you want to find him. Mental state might not be the best balanced this time. Harsh stereotype, but often true. Look, I can't drop this job right now. I gotta fix this car and get going along, but yeah, clearly,
Is that the car?
Boy, Gail?
Oh, fine. Give me that phone. Tell me what the human looks like. I guess if he knows vampires exist, he counts as my problem.
Hang on. That voice, I know that voice. Are you the lady who renewed my driver's license?
My job takes a lot of areas.
If you're associating with Sinclair, it must.
Gail carried on a conversation with Russell, and I threw a toolkit at the daylight. Alright, kid, let's get some work done. Once this car's fixed, we'll be able to rock and roll over to Memphis, Tennessee.
Are you going to make bad jokes the whole way?
Yes!
Ugh, I wish you were a vampire.
Solitaire is a lonely game, but it is a sensible pastime for one in my position. It's a game of control, a game of order. The field is chaotic and mad at first, but the puzzle comes together only when power is in its proper ascension. Nobility on top, all else below. But the player is above even the king, because the player controls which king weds which queen. The player controls where all the numbers must be seeded. It can be dreary when played without variation. Fortunately, in this game, I know there's a joker in the mix. Be seeing you both very, soon.
Beyond Help stars Mel Nichols as the Daylight and Lauren Tucker as Countess Sanguine Amanto. Episode 1, Me Here, At Last, On the Ground, features Hera Alexander as Russell, Michael E. Fremantle as Bertrand, Walter Mack as Lyle, Kat Kirby as Annie, Izzy Sykes as Fortunato, and Chrissy Talon Sage as Gale. Additional voices provided by Sean Dravick. Produced, written, and directed by Sean Dravick, with associate producers Lauren Tucker and Mel Nichols. Script editor Lumi Oaks, and story consultant Kat Kirby. All music is in the public domain and featured in the description.
Oh, Articuno, you are insane! Oh, my phone's going off. Hold on. My phone's going off! Oh no, it's on the other side of the room!